Okay. So, like I said, it's early in the morning. And obviously I'm outside, so I can't show you how to do this. But I can tell you, if you want a good rub for blackening fish or chicken or pork, what I did was I took a little container with a good seal to it. Container. I know my husband will correct me if I do not pronounce my R's. Take chili powder, about a good tablespoon of chili powder, a good tablespoon of smoked paprika, a tablespoon of regular paprika, salt and pepper, ground pepper preferably, or just plain black pepper, tablespoon of each, white pepper. It does make a difference. There is a difference in taste. A tablespoon of ginger. It has a little bite to it, but not really. Not if you put it in there. You don't taste it that much. It gives a good flavor to it. Let's see. Salt, pepper, paprika, chili powder, cayenne pepper. Key, cayenne pepper. Be careful with that, but it's really, really good. And it is a very important component here. Component, my word for the day. Onion powder, garlic powder. Big thing. So put about 1.5 tablespoons of that, of each. You want rosemary and thyme, about a teaspoon of each of those. But crumble it up between your fingers so that you get it all squished and all the flavors will come out from the dried thyme and the dried oregano. Unless you want to use fresh, and that's great. Parsley. Fresh parsley is always the best. But I've been using my dry. You could use bay leaf. I don't use it really in that. Let me see. Cayenne pepper, chili pepper, paprikas, salt, pepper. Oh, it's kosher salt or sea salt that I use. Mainly kosher salt. And you gotta use a little bit more of that, but not a whole lot more, because it's not as salty as regular salt. But it's great. I use that for everything. I'm trying to think. Mix it up really, really good. And I usually use that on, like, on my salmon. I'll put olive oil on top of the fish on both sides, but on the bottom and the top. And then because I use a little pastry brush, I put the rub on that, and I cook it for like 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes on each side, so that it's flaky and it's not dried out. You want to check it and see if it's flaky. If it's flaky and it's nice and pink inside, or tuna. It's the same thing on tuna. It's great, delicious. Then you know it's done. It's about the same amount of cooking time on 350 in the oven. Chicken, you can do the same thing with it. Fantastic. But I also add that when I make the roasted chicken, I bathe the chicken, which I'll show you. Not now, of course, since I'm outside and there's no sink and there's no stove and there's nothing to show you how to cook it with. But what I do is I take and I brush olive oil around on the whole chicken after it's all cleaned out, inside and out. I salt and pepper the inside of the chicken. I don't know why, because we don't eat the inside of the chicken. I leave the skin on, only on roasted chickens. not on chicken breasts or anything like that. And that's another thing. I'll teach you how to save money. Instead of buying chicken cutlets, you can make your own for a whole lot less, just by buying boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'll teach you how to fillet them. Anyway, for the roasted chicken, you lather it in, or slather, I should say, in olive oil. Not a whole bunch, just enough to make it so that the seasonings will adhere to it. Then I take regular butter, salted sweet cream butter, which I leave out. My grandmother-in-law always left her butter out, and it was always soft, and it's great. It doesn't go bad. You don't get sick. It's a fallacy that you get sick from that. You want to keep some in the fridge in case you're going to bake or something, because you need some hard butter. Anyway, I take that, I stick it inside the top layer of the chicken, and I wipe it around in there, and I just stuff it inside the cavities, and then I take it and smear it all over the top of the chicken, and on the legs, and the crevices, everything. It's like I give my little chicken a bath in butter. Can you imagine? Oh my God, I would be in heaven. Oh. I'd be more like a pig than a chicken. Anyway, then I take my seasonings and I put them all over the place. All over the chicken as much as I can. And then I put a little Parmesan cheese. Parmesan and Romano mix if you can. You don't have to do that. If you don't do that, you can squeeze a little bit of lemon on it. And it is delicious. When I tell you, oh my God, it's so good. I tie the legs together with cooking thread, or twine, cooking twine, and that way the chicken won't walk away. I know I'm a nut, but I enjoy my own jokes. You don't have to like them. If you don't like them, don't like them. I like them. Learn to laugh at yourself. Anyway, tie the legs together, put it in a shallow baking pan on a rack, and add about 1.5 cups of water underneath. And let me tell you what, the stock that comes from that chicken is so delicious. You can use that in chicken pot pie, chicken soup, so many different things afterwards. Sorry. Thank God he's not out here. He'd be really correcting me. Not that he speaks politically correct. Anyway, stick that in the oven for 350 degrees and cook it about a good 2 hours, depending on size. If it's generally they're all the same size down here. I don't know, maybe they don't feed them well enough or something. It's chicken country. We have lots of chickens around here. Oh my God, we had a white albino turkey. Seriously, it lived on my porch before we moved in this house. And prior to that, we lived across the street. And I used to call that thing over to my house across the street whenever my dad was outside. And I'd just stand out there and go, and the turkey would chase me, and he'd come up there, and it would go after my dad, and he'd say, "Stop it, knock it off, Deborah Ann," and that's when you know you're in trouble. So I just go, and that damn turkey would come over, and he'd get so mad at me. Just get in the car, let's go to work. So that was fun for me every morning. Just, you know, and he wouldn't really be mad. He'd laugh about it, but not when the turkey was running across the street at him. I don't know how I got to turkeys, but anyway, that's a good thing. You don't even have to cover the turkey. Just stick it in the oven, like I said. About 2 hours later, sometimes if there's really small chickens, just keep an eye on it. Open the door, check it, poke the knife in it. If there's any red meat or red juice rolling out, then you know it's not cooked. Put it back into the oven and wait. Every 10 minutes I would check it, 10 to 15 minutes. And it's delicious. Really, really delicious. You can serve them with string beans that I saute onions and garlic and bacon. Bacon, 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 bacon. Everybody says, who doesn't like bacon? Me. I like bacon, but I don't like it overdone. I'm tired. I don't eat a lot of bacon, but put bacon in this, then dump a can of cut green beans. I usually use Hanover brand, if you have that. Cut green beans, put it in there, use the juice. Let it saute for hours, really slow. I even add more garlic powder and onion powder to it. I'm trying to think. I know I put some other stuff in there. Oh, bouillon. I add bouillon to that. And, oh man, you want to talk about some really, really, really good green beans? It's fantastic. It's really, really fantastic. And then I'll serve like maybe mashed potatoes with it. And the secret to my mashed potatoes is mayonnaise. I put maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of the mayonnaise in it. Ground pepper, salt, and butter. And a little bit of milk, of course. And you just mix it up really, really, really good. Delicious, creamy. I use my hand mixer. I don't just sit there and mash the potatoes, because that's a pain in the, in the rear end, to put it nicely. Anyway, and there you have a whole meal. And it's not really that hard, because the green beans, you're cooking all day, you simmer them, you can simmer them as long as you want, all day long. And the longer they cook, the better they taste, because the onions just caramelize, or they just melt down, and the bacon, the taste of the bacon gets really, really good when it's cooking in with all that goodness of the broth and the bacon and the onions and the garlic. God, I want some I want some green beans now. Dang it. Anyhow, and I want some chicken. I had some the night before last. I better not. Anyhow, I use the same rub on that chicken as I did with the salmon and the tuna. And I also use it on chicken breasts if you want to. I mean, you can use it on so many different things. And it's not really bad hot. Unless you want it to be, then add more chili powder and more cayenne pepper. The more cayenne pepper you use, the hotter it's going to be in your spices. Keep them tight, close tight in your cupboards, so that way they don't get all sticky or, you know, weather permitting. Anyhow, there you go. Good meal. I'll have to make one and show you. I'm still trying to figure out where I can put my camera so that everybody can see how it looks when I'm cooking it. And you all have a nice day. I hope it's a good day. It's going to be really, really hot here. That means I'm going to be stuck in the house. So I guess that's what my job will be for today. Cleaning house by myself. Because my kids will be at the lake. And I'll be all alone. Unless I get my granddaughter today. She always keeps me busy. She helps me. And we'll clean, or not clean, we'll bake together or something. And then I'm going to the beach after a couple of weeks. I can't wait. Cannot wait to get out of town. I need a vacation. So anyway, everybody enjoy their Saturdays. And be safe. Okay? Bye, everybody.